pass the mic that way.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank everybody for finally looking to Sudan. When I first watched the image of a Sudanese mother being killed with her 3 children, I ran out to White House to try to ask President Trump if he's aware of the atrocity going on in Sudan. And seeing what's happening today, it gave me hope and relief to know that finally the Sudanese cause will be looked into. So, but my question is for Mr. Boulos. Since we are speaking about humanitarian situation, you have worked very hard, Mr. Boulos, to facilitate the establishment of the Washington Accord peace agreement for DRC. I just returned from DRC 1 week ago, and I've witnessed catastrophic humanitarian situation going on. And right after, as we all know, the signing of the peace agreement, Washington peace agreement, Rwanda violated the agreement. My question to you, Mr. Boulos, because of the violation, there is a catastrophic humanitarian crisis going on in DRC. I want to know if in your plan for humanitarian help for Sudan, are you considering also to look in humanitarian situation going on in DRC? And based on your experience of what happened to DRC Rwanda situation, what lessons do you learn that you can implement in Sudanese cause, because you are working for peace also, to make sure that accountability can be taken in consideration when you work for peace? Because we all know the Washington Accord is falling apart because Rwanda violated the agreement. And you were in Oval Office with me when I asked President Trump if there will be consequences if one of the parts violate the agreement. Can you also touch base on that? What will happen next? Because every time people solve the conflict, if there is no accountability, the humanitarian crisis will continue to move on. So this is my question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, and I remember that day and the question. In fact, you know that President Trump appreciates you very much and appreciates your questions and suggestions, because you always come up with some suggestions that he appreciates. We're working on this conflict on a daily basis, and I'm sure Tom has something to say about the humanitarian aspect, but we're deeply concerned about the humanitarian aspect in the Eastern DRC. And you know that back in November, our French partners organized a very successful conference during which probably about $2 billion, I think, were raised for the Eastern DRC, if I'm not mistaken, either 1.5 or 2 billion. And how much? Oh, France is still here? Great. 2.5. Okay, so it was 2 billion euros then. So, yeah, we're deeply concerned. And regarding the Washington Accords, I'm sure you've seen our statements. You've seen some of the work we've done in recent weeks. We're working on this on a daily basis. You've seen the hearing in Congress. You've also seen that I gave a briefing as well to the members of the Africa Subcommittee. And we're working on this on a daily basis. Just yesterday, we had a number of meetings with a senior delegation from the DRC. And President Tshisekedi is visiting Washington. He's probably arriving today. As we speak, he's probably landing. And we're going to be meeting with him. I believe that Secretary Rubio will also be meeting with him. And he has, I know, a number of meetings on his schedule. So we look forward to meeting with him. Regarding Uvira, of course, the United States does not appreciate at all what happened. And it happened within days of the signing in this building here. and we reacted immediately. And you have seen that there has since been a withdrawal from Uvira. Now, one can argue that there are still some areas that need to be addressed, of course, but we're working on that. So we've achieved at least this preliminary withdrawal from the city of Uvira within days from the incident. And we're working closely now with both the DRC and Rwanda. You may have seen also that there was a small level of success yesterday, or at least a step in the right direction yesterday in Qatar. Let's not forget the Doha track, which is extremely important. So yesterday there was an announcement in Qatar on some level of progress achieved between the DRC government and the M23 under the ceasefire mechanism. And we really appreciate our Qatari friends and partners for working tirelessly now for a year on this track. And this ceasefire mechanism is very important. And they've worked also on other mechanisms. And there are several other mechanisms that relate to the two countries. So not just the DRC government and M23, which happened in the last few days in Doha, but also the mechanisms that manage the aspects relating to Rwanda and DRC, which are taking place as well this week. So let's be patient. We know that this is, it's not, I mean, the signing here was the launch pad of the process. We know that peace is a process, and it's going to take time. We will meet some obstacles here and there. Some issues will arise from time to time, but we have to remain committed, and we are absolutely committed. President Trump is committed. I mean, he witnessed the signing of that peace accord. He signed as a witness, and he's committed. The two presidents have committed, and we have a huge African and European and international support. So we have to make sure that we continue working on this track and continue with the implementation process, which will take some time. Maybe Tom on the...
Well, just briefly to